The TV presenter and columnist for the Sun newspaper, says he has emailed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to apologise personally for comments he made about Meghan in a column he wrote in the Sun newspaper. He has put a rather lengthy statement on Instagram. I'm going to read it to you. It starts: "One of the strange things I've noticed in recent times is that whenever an MP or a well-known person is asked to apologise for something, no matter how heartfelt or profound that apology may be, it is never enough for the people who called for it in the first place. So I'm going to try and buck the trend this morning with an apology for the things I said in a Sun column recently about Meghan Markle. I really am sorry, all the way from the balls of my feet to the follicles on my head. This is me putting my hands up. It's a mea culpa with bells on." Jeremy Clarkson goes on to say, "Usually I read what I've written to someone before filing, but I was home alone on that fateful day and in a hurry. So when I'd finished, I just pressed send. And then when the column appeared the next day, the landmine exploded. It was a slow rumble to start with and I ignored it, but then the rumble got louder. So I picked up a copy of The Sun to see what all the fuss was about. We've all been there, I guess. In that precise moment when we suddenly realise we've completely messed up, you are sweaty and cold at the same time and your head pounds and you feel sick. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Had I really said that? It was horrible." Jeremy Clarkson goes on to say, "I knew what had happened straight away. I'd been thinking of a scene in Game of Thrones, but I'd forgotten to mention this, so it looked like I was actually calling for revolting violence to rain down on Meghan's head. I was very angry with myself because in all those controversial days on Top Gear, when I was accused of all sorts of things, it was very rarely sexism. We never did women can't park gags, for instance, or suggested that powerful cars were only for men. And I was thrilled when Jodie Kidd and Ellen MacArthur set fastest ever laps in our reasonably priced car. I'm just not sexist and I abhor violence against women, and yet I seem to be advocating just that." The statement says, "I was mortified and so was everyone else. My phone went mad. Very close friends were furious. Even my own daughter took to Instagram to denounce me. The Sun quickly apologised and I tried to explain myself, but still, there were calls for me to be sacked and charged with a hate crime. More than 60 MPs demanded action be taken. ITV, who make Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Amazon, who make The Farm Show and The Grand Tour, were incandescent. I therefore wrote to everyone who works with me saying how sorry I was. And then on Christmas morning, I emailed Harry and Meghan in California to apologise to them too. I said I was baffled by what they had been saying on TV, but that the language I used in my column was disgraceful and that I was profoundly sorry. Over the last 30 years, I have written nearly 5,000 newspaper and magazine columns. So it was inevitable that one day I'd do a Harry Kane and Sky one of the damn things, which is what happened with the piece about Meghan. So, can I move on now? Not sure. It's hard to be interesting and vigilant at the same time. You never hear peals of laughter coming from a health and safety seminar. But I promise you this, I will try. Who knows, very soon now I shall be a grandfather. So in future, maybe I'll just write about that." So that is the statement released today from the TV host Jeremy Clarkson, speaking about the controversial column he wrote about the Duchess of Sussex, saying that he hated her on a cellular level. It caused outrage, and even though the Sun apologised, Jeremy Clarkson felt that he had to go a step further and release this statement. And he has also revealed that he emailed the Duke and Duchess on Christmas morning to apologise for the content of that column. Can he move on now, he asks? We'll see.